Welcome to day 18 of our month of tarot, and we are starting today on understanding and getting to know the minor cards. Now, calling them minor sounds like they're maybe just something dusty in the corner to be forgotten about. The minor cards are, in fact, they're the compost, they're the bulk, they're the grit of our lives. So we have these major archetypes that we've been talking about for the last few days, and there's cards that you'll sit with and that you will identify with, and that will feel like elements of your personality, of who you are on a visceral, iconic kind of level. The minors don't feel so big. You have the big, kings, queens, things like that, and we'll come to them. But then you have all of these little layers of stuff going on. You've got aces and twos and threes and fours, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. And you have the wands, the pentacles, the coins, and the swords, and they all have their own individual feel. However, what I wanted to say before we get into each individual, unique area of the minors, but that there's nothing minor about them. They're the cards that are really the pointers, the lessons, the kind of rubble of our lives as we need to understand it at any given moment. So whilst we might, have a reading and feel really happy to see lots of major cards and perhaps kid ourselves, our ego wants to step into the idea that, okay, this means that we're doing really well, we're in a really powerful place because we've got all these majors. That may or may not be the case, but it's the minor cards that give us the direction, that act as a compass, that give us a reflection of, okay, well, I might be the Empress, but today I was a really grumpy and disastrous and pained kind of Empress, or I might be, I might have death going on, but look at all these cups and love and potential and hope and hearts and magic. The minors sit underneath the archetypes as being what they are built upon. An archetype doesn't just become an archetype. You don't just become a big boy of the tarot cards or a big woman of the tarot cards. You have to get there first. You have to climb a ladder, and the minors are that ladder. For me, the tarot cards are a constant journey towards being a better version of ourselves. They're not there to predict doom or gloom or tell us about our future partner or our future kids or the job that we really want. They're there to help us find a way through where we are right now, and the minors do that because they reflect to us exactly what you need to know and sometimes what you don't want to know about where you are in life. And the truthful reflection that they give can be shocking. It can be uncanny. Working with cards every single day, it's constantly this intimate mirror of who we have become, and sometimes we might not recognize that because it's not who we believe ourselves to be, as at the same time it's who we want to be. There's hope there's faith, there's a moving towards something, and the tarot tend to represent those two things as we are pulled apart and kind of find ourselves growing away from what we thought we were into something new. And it's the minors that decorate that. You can probably hear the ice cream van. Now, the ice cream van would be a very interesting minor card right now. That kind of interlude, that intersection of seriousness with joy, with everyday daftness, with childhood, with ice cream, with all of the things that interrupt us constantly, because we are never just the Empress or the Death card or the Hanged Woman or, the Magician. We're never just that. We're also all these little tiny elements, the grit, the nitty details. Yes. So this is where the minor cards come in. They come in to identify all the different variations and shades of our current truth, and that current truth changes day by day by day by day. It's very unusual that we have maybe more than a few days that feel exactly the same as the ones that went before. We might find that in certain times, like in times of periods of depression or periods of stress, strain, limbo, but there's still this decoration and change and shift. And the minor cards represent to us how we can make the most of our current archetypes, you know, the major cards, you know, and also the opportunities that are available to us, the moods that we find ourselves in, the ways we might need to rest, or the ways we might need to act, or how we're going to manifest something, or just see a truthful reflection of where we're at and go, yep, that's me. And then take a few more cards and go, okay, and this is what I do about it. And there's so many of them, you know. That's why sometimes I think it can feel really overwhelming to start reading tarot. But what I would recommend you do is just begin. Now the dog's going because of the ice cream van. Is to interrupt your day with the minor cards. So perhaps take all of the minor cards out, remove the major arcana, and just work with the minor now. So as you are listening to me, or after you have finished watching this video, I want you to go away, shuffle just your minors. We don't need to know the specifics of what each kind of card means or which suit means. We'll worry about that in the coming days. But I just want you to take 3 cards, and I want these to be the reflection of your grittiest truth right now. And when you've done that, comment it below and let's all have a chat about what our grittiest truth is right now, and how the minor cards and the story upon them and the colours and the symbolism is gifting us some understanding of ourselves at this exact moment. So I can't wait to see what all of your minor cards are for today, and then we'll be moving on a little bit more minor practice over the coming days.